Good morning, guys. I decided to make a video for you to organize your jam with all your papers. I know we haven't done this in a while. We were going to do this in class, but I think a video that you can pause and find things and not get overwhelmed with the whole group might be a better idea. So what I'm going to do is flip to, let's flip to this page. I'm pretty sure we organized ourselves up to this, creating an equation from a word problem, which if you've already done your table of contents, creating an equation from a word problem was, let's see here, gosh, where is that? This might have been an assignment, I think, so that's probably not in your notes. Solving word problems using equations and inequalities notes was, well, this isn't going how I had planned. Let's see what we have next. Solving two-step inequality word problems. Sketching and analyzing. Hold on. Inequalities. Okay, functions intro. Wow, that is all the way back on this other page. Let me see here. Okay, so we're going to pick up, sorry guys, I thought we were further than that. Functions introduction, which happens to be way down here in November. So I'm just going to go through here and list off things that you should have in your jam, and we'll just hope that you have them. So functions introduction. Then we have the vertical line test notes from November 30th. And then we have some functions ordered pairs. I believe this was an assignment that you guys had to do. And then we had relations and functions assignment. And I realize this is kind of blurry for you. Let me zoom in here and see if this helps. I just can't with this light in this classroom. It's so bright. Okay, so then we have this page. And then we have independent and dependent values notes. Again, just pause when you need to. Linear versus nonlinear functions. And then we did some practice here. This was part of your notes, I believe. Then we were sketching graphs. This should be your notes again. And then we have our sketching and analyzing functions packet here from December 7th. Beautiful. And then we have your workbook pages that you should have done. Remember, I always print these out. So this is pages 127, 134, and 136. And you might have these in Notability, so that's fine too. And 139, that was an assignment. Then you had your study guide for your functions quiz. And then we got to semester 2, where we have finding the slope from a table notes on January 4th. Then we have this assignment where you had to find the slope from a table, and there was a coloring activity here. Oh, you can't see it, where it had the flowers, and I think some of those are hanging on my gallery. Then we have finding slope from a graph notes. I guess that's one really big page. And still finding slope from a graph. Then you guys had this assignment. This was fun, finding slope from a graph. You guys loved this one, if you recall. Then we had finding slope from 2 points notes. Then we had this coloring activity where you had to do these 10 problems and then color this design. That should be in there. Then these were our notes from January 12th, graphing and observations. This is when we discovered that the equation, the slope is the number before and the y-intercept is the number after. Then you guys had to do this beautiful table, and then we used these graphs to make these graphs. I don't know why these are out of order, but there were, we did 12 of them. We did 1 through 12. Then we had create a linear equation from slope and y-intercept notes. And you guys had your study guide for the first quiz. And then here was the first quiz, which you should have, you know, your completed one with your grade. Here's the key. Then we had this beautiful yellow packet where we started comparing slope and y-intercept. Okay, and don't mind the dates. I guess I shouldn't have said the dates on those because if you're a Miller kid, your date is going to be like one off or maybe like a couple days because maybe it was over a weekend. So we have these notes, this yellow packet, and then we had the green packet. Remember, this doesn't really look green, but it is green. This was your practice. Then we determined linear versus nonlinear from equations by making the table. This was our notes on January 25th. Then you guys had a study guide for quiz number 2. Then you had the sequel study guide also for quiz number 2. Remember, because you guys didn't want to take like three tests in one day, so I pushed this back and made another study guide. And then you probably have your quiz. Oh, here we go. So quiz number 2. There's the answer key. And then we took scatter plot notes last week. Okay, this was the notes packet we filled out. And then we took notes just yesterday over, let me pull this up. Where is it? It's called Lines of Fit. And we did we made a trend line, also known as a line of best fit. We created the equation. So this is where you should be. This is where all your papers should be. Hopefully you guys, I know I went pretty fast, but that's because I anticipate you pausing and filling in when you need to. So please come to class with that finished for tomorrow, and we can then continue doing our lines of best fit. Thanks, guys.